Hi YouTube, it's Brandon, Felty's Aquaria today. I was just looking around in here and I counted just a little over 20 babies in here. 20 baby bristlenose hiding out. So what I'm planning to do, I thought I would just let you guys know, I actually set this up down here when I made the stand with my buddy John. I really wanted a shelf, so that a shelf that was sturdy enough. This is just straight up wood here, and it's screwed in and everything. It's not plywood, it is like 2x4s. So what I'm gonna do is, and yeah, it's got like a fair amount of support. I'm gonna put a 10-gallon tank there, or a 5-gallon. I have a light for a 5-gallon here, but I also have that 10-gallon already like ready to go in my brother's room. The substrate's kind of nasty in there because I had some stuff die in there. That's the tank that the heater malfunctioned in. So what I'm going to do is probably move that tank out here, set it all up, get it going, and I'm probably going to switch to where that tank, or have it to where that tank is not running with a power filter and just running with an Airstone, and I might take out that power head, because it really just doesn't seem like, I have some sponge filters so I can use those. I think I already have a few extra ones, but I'm not sure. We'll have to see. But yeah, I was just thinking about running, like maybe putting a sponge filter in both of them. I really like this hang on the back though, so I might just go ahead and keep it. And I have Airstones going for my plants too, and yeah, so like, I don't know. It just kind of depends on what I'm going to do, whether I run it with Airstones or whether I leave the hang-on backs running. I know eventually I'm going to go to Airstones, just so I can run everything off of one outlet, because that's like a big problem here is me not having enough outlets to do stuff. Oh, there went one of the big bristle noses. Yeah, we were checking out the big bristle noses earlier, but yeah. So I am going to set that 10-gallon up here soon, next few days or so, and put some plants in it and get it going. And then I'll try. It's going to be really difficult because they're babies and they're going to be kind of hard to catch, but I'm going to try to get those guys out of there and put them in the 10-gallon and grow them out in there eventually. So I'll probably wait for them to grow up a little bit, honestly, because they should be okay in the same tank with everything else for now. But just when they start getting like an inch long or more and like getting some girth to them, and they're gonna, yeah, it's gonna be a problem. It's definitely gonna be a problem. I'm gonna be not enough space in there for them. So I'm gonna order some more of these tunnels. I'm just going to deck that other tank out with a bunch of plants and tunnels, and probably no hardscape, just plants and tunnels. And I got this done. You guys see all my rocks. Got quite a few rocks. Those two right there are pretty big. I'm probably going to break them up, because being that they're so large, I don't really want to use them like for the front of anything like this. If I ever make another scape like this, I would rather use like, almost all these rocks I used in here are pretty flat, and they're already pretty heavy. This tank is heavy. I think it feels okay because I've picked it up a little bit and like leaned it back. I don't think it's gonna break or anything like that, but it is definitely a little heavier than I would want it to be ideally in like a perfect world. We don't live in a perfect world though, so you get what you get. But yeah, my brother said it looks pretty cool. I think it's going to look pretty good. I know that light's kind of interfering. But that's basically the scape. See, I got this stick here. What I'm going to do is, that little twig's kind of broke there. I don't want that to like give way if one of the geckos gets on there. Or not geckos, newts gets on there. This one doesn't have geckos going in it. Silly. So I'm gonna probably what I'm gonna do is just super glue it, honestly. with some like some good gel super glue or my Gorilla Glue gel, and that way it'll just like be at least as sturdy as it can be. And then I'm gonna wrap a vine around some of the length of that to make it look nice. And yeah, you'll see, but it'll cover that up. You won't see any super glue there or anything. It's just gonna be covered up by the vine. And then I'll probably put like some Tillandsia on the vines, because it'll want to grow into the wood too, but I can like kind of nestle it like between vines, and it'll grow under the vines and into the wood and all that different stuff. So yeah, I'll be putting some air plants on the wood or the vines, and then some on the back walls. I probably don't have enough air plants coming, but I didn't really know how many I needed, and yeah, so we're just gonna play it by ear. It might be a second before I get all of the plants in here, but yeah, I definitely have some plants to put in. So moss bin's looking pretty good. I can show that off to you guys. Sorry, I'm just sitting down. Just been, running around doing nothing, messing with the fish tanks. So yeah, I think that's it. Sorry guys, I'm drawing a blank on anything else I need to show you guys. Show you guys the moss bin at least though. Okay, so I know at least some of this right here. I don't think that's a moss. This is a moss. This is like star moss or something. And you can see it's coming in really nice. I want some of that in there. And it's getting nice outside, so I can start to go check out some more moss outside. Some of this might not be doing as good as it was before because I have it underneath the other lights. This actually might be moss. I'm really not sure. It looks so weird. That's obviously not that big leafy thing there. And then there's like some grass growing off of this, but that's okay. I just left the rock in here because good old Serpa Design said that it's better if you can take some moss that that has, something that it's already growing on, because that's gonna like hold the moisture and whatever's growing on it. And I actually have somewhere in here, let me see if I can find some. I think it's pretty cool. Got like some native bugs. I got had like some little beetles of some kind in here, which, hey, whatever, right? It didn't look like there was any fungus gnats in here, which would be the only thing that I wouldn't want in here, so that wouldn't transfer to my plants. But yeah, you can see there's not, there was mold growing, and now there's no mold growing. So there's definitely like springtails or some type of like little isopod, hexapod, or whatever, that's in there eating the mold. Because otherwise that would still be growing, because I've definitely been watering it more than what you need for plants to grow, because you can see there's a bunch of water on the sides and the bottom. So yeah, that would be growing mold if there wasn't something in there eating it. So yeah, I'll probably be setting this tank up here pretty soon, guys. I gotta stay in the stand, which shouldn't take me that long once it's not humid, basically. That's what I'm waiting on now. Like, one day it was super warm, and I was like, I'm gonna be able to do it, and then, yeah, it got super humid, and, yeah, it was bad business. It was way too humid. It's been warm enough, but just, every time it gets warm, it just keeps evaporating the water into the air, and then it's humid again, and you're not really supposed to do stuff to wood while it's humid. So, yeah. But anyway, guys, I at least got this part done, and I'll be going back through here pretty soon with the silicone and rock dust and all that, and get it all sealed up all nice. I think I'm going to put another rock in this hole and in that hole, so it just fills it in a little bit better, so then it's easier for me to work with. It's kind of hard since it's inside there to make sure that everything's covered. Then you have to cover it and get down on your hands and knees and be like, okay, does it look good? Let me shine a flashlight in there and stuff, and yeah. So, this might not seem like it's very much work, but I've been putting in a fair amount of work into this build. Yeah. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Enjoy your time on YouTube land. and I'll be back later.